to Siman Lamed Beis Sif Yud, the last thing the Mechaber talked about is whether the ibud, the processing of the hide, can be done by a guy who was a machlokes rishonim. So kishemasan hanekavim b'martzei. Apparently, what they would do is like this. Let's say you have a guy it's already tanned properly, whatever, and the guy is just doing the finishing process. So you give him the leather to finish up. There's no halachic issue, but the concern is, how do you know that you're going to get back the same hide? So what they would do is they would put holes in it. So the Mechaber says, when they would make holes in the hide, it's like a siman. The truth is, the guy can also replicate those holes. Those holes are not special. The Mishnah Berurah says, what were these holes? They would basically make the outline of an aleph. So a guy can make the outline of an aleph. But that to go such an extent, we're not concerned. Why? Why aren't we concerned that the guy is going to replace it with other hide and then replicate the holes? The guy is afraid that the Jew might be able to recognize it. He might be able to notice there's a forgery, and he'll lose his job. And because of that mirtas, that prevents the guy from playing around. The Mishnah Berurah explains, the reason why he'll be able to tell is because maybe he'll notice that the holes are newer than the old holes. The Mishnah Berurah mentions that some say you should write your name somewhere in an area that's not as noticeable. Better than to make holes, because the holes you can replicate. Sign your name, and if you sign your name, they obviously can't replicate that. The Mechaber says in Yud Aleph, or she'ibdu shaloi l'shmai. Let's say you already put the hide in the lime shaloi l'shmai, which is a problem. Could you do it again to fix it? Ayin Yeridea. Yeridea, we'll talk about this when it comes to the laws of Sefer Torah. Yud Beis. Hayaklaf ma'or behema v'chayev of hatorim. The halacha is the klaf of tefillin, and the klaf of the tefillin has to be from a kosher animal, a kosher chaya, or a kosher bird. Afilu min nevela treifa, even if they weren't shechted properly, meaning you could use a cowhide that wasn't shechted properly, even though that's an avela, because at least it's a kosher animal. But you can't use chaza or non-kosher animals, because the pasuk says regarding tefillin, the words of the Torah have to be in your mouth. Now, obviously, that means that you should always learn Torah, but on a deeper level, it means that the stuff for tefillin, mezuzah, and sefer Torah has to be edible, halachically edible. It has to be from a kosher animal. Or dog, and by the way, you can't use fish skin. Afilu tar, even a kosher skin, it's considered repulsive to use a fish skin. The Biur Halacha points out that even if it's not tefillin, mezuzah, sefer Torah, to print a sefer, any sefer should not be printed on non-kosher skin. Anyway, the Mechaber should end with this: Yaklaf shalem. The klaf has to be complete. Shleiba nekavim. There can't be holes in the klaf. What type of holes? She'ein hadiyoi overlov. If the hole is big enough that it catches the pen, that the pen doesn't glide over it, it's a problem, because we're afraid the cipher will write and it'll catch his pen and it'll passel it. And it has to be that the letter doesn't look split from it. So when they said the holes before, those were obviously written in an area that they were not using for the ksav. It was a big klaf, and they would put that on the corner. That was